We turned down $500,000. I know you probably think I'm crazy, but let me tell you the story. I was working with some of our city leaders on a project to address homelessness. And we identified a need for a long-term intensive recovery center. And so we put it into a comprehensive community plan called Headed for Home. The city had some extra money at the time and offered a $500,000 grant to our ministry as seed money for the capital project. Well, we had never taken any government money, so I made a call to another nonprofit leader in a nearby city to get his advice. And he was clear, don't take it. He said he had taken community development block grant dollars from his city to build a new cafeteria. And later, he was sued by a public interest law firm for praying and sharing his faith in the cafeteria. From then on, the building was used for secular purposes only. So we passed on the grant. And in this true charity takeaway, I want to encourage you to do the same. Pass on it. In the story I shared, it impacted the leader's ability to share his faith. More so, if your organization becomes dependent on government funding, then a change in government leadership can impact your entire operation. For example, in 2016, there was a big push from HUD toward its Housing First initiative, and so they pulled funding from their National Emergency Shelter Program. Well, this resulted in a family shelter in our city closing its doors. Sure, the funding went for apartments, but the wait to get into one left some families out in the cold. In The Tragedy of American Compassion, Marvin Olasky wrote, "Dependency is merely slavery with a smiling mask." Now, he was talking about an individual's dependency on government welfare, but the same can apply to our missions and ministries when we're dependent on government grants. Maybe your nonprofit is already dependent on these grants. No judgment. But wouldn't it be good to be free from any strings or risks and have instead the freedom that comes with private funding? Many leaders have expressed to me how they'd like to move away from government funding, but find it hard to imagine. Well, let me encourage you with this. The recovery center that needed the $500,000 seed money, our community stepped up and got it done. That government-funded family shelter that shut its doors, our compassionate community pitched in more than $1 million to open another one completely free of government support. I could share other amazing stories of how the private sector stepped in to meet community needs when the government wasn't there. But it makes sense when you think about it. If you and I take a lot of government money to do the work of charity, there's simply less demand for contributions from the local community. One survey of donors revealed that 1/3 of them would increase their giving if the government stepped out. And another study found that private contributions decreased when the government stepped in. Interestingly, most of that occurred because nonprofit leaders stopped fundraising when the government started paying the bills. With that in mind, grab your pen to jot down your takeaways today. Number 1, commit to it. If you're privately funded, commit to stay that way. And if you're not, identify one publicly funded program that you think you can replace with private contributions, and then commit to do it. You might even put your commitment in writing as a part of your guiding documentation. We did, and now every board director and staff member signs off on it when they join our team. Number 2, communicate it. Your commitment to shift away from government toward community support is something your community needs to know about. We included it in our promotional video. You may want to do a press release. Take an opportunity to share with the news how you believe in your vision for the community and in your community to support it. Number 3, get after it. Fundraising, that is. If you're committed to private funding or considering that commitment, we want to help you with fundraising. That's why we created an entire fundraising toolkit with 6 videos, a detailed guide, example mailings, and even basics on writing a private grant. We all want the people that we serve to be free from government dependency. I hope you'll join me in making a commitment that our organizations will be too. Freedom from government funding allows us to share what we believe and help others how we believe. And that's a must for you and I to go out there today, fight poverty, and win.